Favorite presentation? Sorry.
Except you can't break it.
I hurt my hand. Can you open it for me? Oh, yeah, we did take that class together, but no, that's, I know, that's like childhood. Good afternoon. My name is Andres Leon, and I am going to speak to you about an article called When Business Intelligence Equals Business Value. This article was presented in 2005 in the BI Journal, Business Intelligence Journal, and it was written by Lawrence DeVoe and Ken Neal. Now, we all understand that business intelligence can potentially bring value to your organization and any organization for that matter. But the point is that that intelligence and that value can only be brought when certain conditions are met. In fact, Gartner Research indicates, Gartner Research is an organization that does surveys for technology companies. They indicate that in a survey they provided for 1,300 different CIOs, business intelligence is the second highest priority in their IT spending, meaning that they see the value in business intelligence and they want to spend the money on it. But it is not the most important thing in their mind. It's just second highest. So it's still pretty important. But before we continue with that, I want to explain to you why business intelligence is important in the business environment.
A call on very simple reason for losing customers. Marty, with all of your CRM, isn't how the customers can you? Does that work? And why? Didn't that and HR. And I'm not gonna be cheap. I want to see this solution on my desk. Get to work! This is great. Great. Send the service. The service architects. You will want to understand this check. That is one thing. Someone just got to choke.
So other than the obvious lack of content and data standardization and communication between the business groups, what other problems did you see? Do you guys see any other issues that you may have found through the video? And whatever your answer, I'll give you one of these. Huh?
Intimidation.
Intimidation. What else?
Communication.
Well, they already said that. Communication between groups. Give me more ideas.
Lack of organization, lack of order.
Lack of order. All right, I'll take that. What else?
Different systems.
Different systems. Yes. All right.
Intimidation.
You already said that. Well, in fact, all of those things that you said, plus the ones that you didn't think about, are part of the problem that this company has. But in reality, when you look at business intelligence, it is a combination of different factors. But in my opinion, and according to the article, 4 major elements are important. Current, correct, accurate, and relevant data. That's a fancy word for correct information. Now, as you saw in the video, people were just frantically looking for what's in C4, looking at the guy with the invoice sheet, couldn't find anything. Nothing was there. Nothing was available to them. Interested, trusted, and engaged users. What does that mean? They're users. Users are your employees, people who actually need to find the solutions for you and help you come up with ways to improve your company. If they're not interested, if they're not engaged, if they're not part of the solution, then they're not going to help you increase revenue or make your company profitable. They also need to work with a system that's intuitive, easy to use, and responsive. So they need to have a way to be able to bring those users and bring that data together and get the answers that they need. But most importantly, and above all, they need to have a management system that's open-minded and confident. And I'll explain why confident is such a key word. When you talk about data, current, correct, accurate, and relevant data, it's data that demonstrates past and current reality. In other words, it's not data that's been fudged, or is inaccurate, or is inappropriate to the business need at hand. It is something that can represent your information and your knowledge currently. It is consistent, and it can also be imported or easily integrated into many different systems. Okay? And also comes from all facets of the organization. In other words, your customer service group data is being molded correctly with your invoice data, with your shipping data, with your marketing data. All of those things are coming together in a way that represent your customers and your visions as a whole. Now, what do I mean by interested, trusted, and engaged users? This is exactly what I mean. Bam!
Oh my God.
Now, can anyone tell me what's the problem with that? I mean, the guy just delivered it.
There's a television in
He
there.
delivered the box. What's the problem with it?
Protocol is that you're supposed to leave it at the door. From my understanding with FedEx, you have to leave that door.
Oh, he left it at the door.
If that's
It's just that it's in 500 different pieces now.
Well, he's not interested in the overall, overall benefit that the company is. He's not involved in the, exercise.
Precisely. Everyone in the company, in the organization, has an opportunity to make decisions for the benefit of the company. From the CEO, who's spending $1,000 a night in a hotel in Vegas doing who knows what, to the guy at the shipping truck who's throwing out the $1,400 TV and thus destroying the credibility of your shipping company. Everyone in the organization has a responsibility to make decisions that are appropriate and accurate to their level, of course. This is Matthew Thornton. This is the VP of Operations for Federal Express. And just a few days after that previous video that you saw went viral, he was apologizing left and right, saying, we're going to do a full-fledged investigation. This guy is not going to work driving a truck ever again. Who knows what? But he was just basically doing all kinds of remedial work trying to fix the situation because his business and the value of that business was diminished because of that. We have to do this. We have to give employees the right data and the power to act. And that will empower them to make beneficial decisions to their organization. So it's as simple as that. You give people the right power and the right information, and that usually, not always, I'm not going to say that this is 100% proof, usually gives them the ability to come up with decisions that help the organization do a better job. Now, what's the next part? They need a system. They need a program or a baseline system operations that allows them to make these decisions and allows them to bring this data in appropriately. So different types of users will need different types of data interfaces. What does that mean? The CEO needs to see different things than what the shipping clerk sees. But the shipping clerk's information needs to be appropriate to what he is doing. He needs to be able to look at current, ship logs and truck locations and things like that. The CEO needs to see a much broader, a macro perspective of the organization. The system must also allow users to take action based on the data appropriate to their needs. Again, like I said, the CEO has one need, the shipping clerk has another need, the customer service rep has another need. So the system has to be able to adapt itself to that. And the performance that each individual user has can and should be based on those decisions that they make. Obviously, the gentleman in the FedEx truck was evaluated severely after that. Because of why? Because that video went viral. But there needs to be systems that allow people to be evaluated based on those decisions that they make. Also, the system must constantly adapt to the changing needs of the business and of the environment. So as new technologies arrive, as new business needs or new business challenges come up, the system needs to be something that can be changed relatively quickly to answer those needs. Now, what's the other part? And I think this is the most critical one. The system, the organization needs to have open-minded and confident management. As you saw on the first video, we had this bully type of dictator manager who only wanted the results. They didn't want to hear anything about it. It's like, do it now. And that doesn't really work very well with a lot of people. When you have an environment where you are encouraged to bring in ideas, to come up with solutions, to answer questions in a way that helps the organization as a whole, like you were saying earlier, it brings a higher level of quality to the customers and to the company as a whole. So some of the issues that happen here are bias, cultural biases such as cost. This is too expensive, we can't do it. I need to make the decision. I can't delegate that to you because you don't know enough about it. Or usability. You don't know the customers. I am used to those customers. I know what this business is all about. I'll make the decision myself. I'll just tell you what to do. Or trust, which is simply saying, I'm the owner of this company. I know what to do. You just do what I say and be done with it. The environment needs to be free, open. It needs to have an open and free set of communication and protocols that allow you to give out ideas, to share opinions, and to validate and invalidate. Sometimes you have awful ideas, and it's okay to say, you know what, your idea didn't work, but your idea worked. So let's work together, let's make it work. Let's see what else is something that can benefit the organization. So again, the systems and the data need to be valid to the right person. So from the corner office, the CEOs, the chief operating officers, they need to see business metrics that are macro, that represent the business as a whole. But as you go down the ladder, you see that the data needs to become more and more microscopic, all the way down to details of invoices and shipping documents and pick lists, from the groups in the cubicles to the shipping clerks and to the people in the warehouses. So, we're business intelligence experts. What is our job? What is it that we need to do to help that happen? We need to develop the information that is found in the data, and as was mentioned earlier, in that intrinsic knowledge that is in everyone's mind. We need to bring that together and make it into actual intelligence and actionable solutions for the company. We need to encourage management to use that found intelligence to make better decisions. Because, like I said, you can do all the work in the world. You can come up with incredible sets of trends, but if your manager doesn't care, is dead set on one set of practical solutions that he came up with or she came up with, then there's really no use. You have to convince them. You, above all, have to help them see that information is powerful for all users. So again, from the customer service rep who is able to revalidate that coupon that you forgot as a customer that had been expired, and you say, okay, don't worry about it. I'll validate that coupon, and you get your 50% off. That's a decision that the customer service rep could do to keep you as a customer, to keep you as a happy customer, and keep you coming back. So it's something that you can do as a business intelligence expert. You can tell management that those are the kinds of decisions that, given to the right person, can help increase the revenue and improve your company overall. Any questions?
I have a comment.
Yes.
I like your use of internet names.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
There you go. You get Twix.
Thank you. Been through.
I'll give it up. Any other questions or comments?